Please join me in welcoming Philip and Simon to the stage.
Well, hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Philip. I'm responsible for the business development at ViewAR. We're specializing on augmented reality solutions for about 4 years, working in the various industries from architecture, real estate, construction industry, air freight, but also a major aspect of the industries we've been dealing with is retail and e-commerce.
Hi all, I'm Simon Silva, and I'm the Global Customer Experience Manager for Bang & Olufsen. Now, Bang & Olufsen has just celebrated its 90th anniversary, making it the oldest audiovisual company in the world. And what we like to deliver to our customers is iconic design, beautiful sound, and integrated experiences. We want to give our customers goosebumps. We want to deliver those magical, enduring experiences. And we believe that utilizing augmented technology and virtual reality is the way forward to support that.
So what brings us two together? It's e-commerce. Obviously, e-commerce as we know it is or reflects that in-store sales are still market leading. For, let's say, our generation, it might seem that it's all about e-commerce, e-commerce, e-commerce. It is steadily growing, but actually, by right now, it only accounts for up to 8% of the entire retail market, growing at a fast pace, more or less going to amount up to 15% by the end of this year. But it has its challenges, as we all know it. People are scared of doing online purchases due to several reasons. One of them being they can't imagine the product they want to buy. Even the bigger or the more expensive a product gets, the harder it gets for them to actually just to make that decision off a website. On the other side, products become more configurable. So be it your bed, be it your TV, be it your stool or your cupboard, you can do all kinds of variations with it. Therefore, vendors are also facing higher returns and the pricing becomes more complex. If you get to change thousands of aspects of your product, it obviously becomes also more complex to deliver a transfer pricing for your clients. So that's why we're here today. That's why we joined Common Forces, because that's actually where augmented reality or mixed reality comes in place. Augmented reality, as we know it, we put something in the camera picture. Mixed reality taking us one step further, closer to retail, where we actually project something in the camera picture of a device, making it look real as it's really there. We're talking here about a market that's growing at a 180% annual growth rate. And if we take now augmented reality and put it together with e-commerce, we create a new buzzword that's right now out there in all those forecasts. We're talking about A-commerce. A-commerce has a service attainable market by 2020 of $24 billion US, amounting for around 20% of the entire industry. And that's exactly what A-commerce does for us in the entire fight with the imagination gap. It closes this gap. We drive an emotional attachment to the products that we show to our clients. It speeds up the purchasing decisions, therefore, and also reduces return rates. In the end, even with having 3D configurators and other things, we're capable of transferring that pricing at a, to transfer that pricing and basically show it.
Super. Well, the first three are super relevant for Bang & Olufsen, about filling the imagination gap. So that's what retail's about, right? We do our visual merchandising in store, we do our advertising and communication. So people who are living their current life and where they aspire to live, we use all this communication to fill that gap. But this is where augmented reality and virtual reality can truly deliver. It's so easy now to just automatically place one of our products into a living space and see what it's going to look like in your home. It creates certainty in the customer. It also, in the store environment, creates that emotional engagement. If you can emotionally create something with a customer in a store environment, they add more value to the purchase. And finally, it's decreased decision-making time. This is what's super cool, right? Our customers want to make a smart purchase. They care about money, they do, and they want to make a smart purchase, but time is the ultimate resource. So if you can offer them a solution that can save them time and decision-making, they'll make the sale. Now what I like to do is share the BO Home Design app with you through a video format. If you want to see an actual demonstration, please feel free to visit the ViewAR booth and have a full hands-on experience with the device. The BO Home Design app was recently released in January 2016. In the first week, we piloted it with 2 of our partners, in-store partners, and the results were fantastic. The revenue that came in paid for the application within the first week. Should we play the video?
Let's go for it.
Okay, so in the application, what you saw was that we utilized augmented reality and virtual reality. Now, these technologies have been around for a while, but businesses, brands like Bang & Olufsen still see it as an emerging technology. So when it came to me making a decision to invest in this technology, it had to deliver significant value. And what it's done is it's delivered significant value in 3 customer touch points. So not only in the consideration stage, when a customer is considering a purchase, but also in the in-store, the purchasing stage, in-store, being able to see different customizations if we don't have it in stock, but also when we visit the home for our demonstrations. And finally, the 3rd touch point is the installation process. When we're going to a home and we're deciding where we're going to place a product, it's much easier to use augmented reality to move a 137 kilo speaker than it is to physically move it around the store and get confirmation from the client. So we know it improves the customer experience. Another key takeaway that I really wanted to take away from this about trying to influence and encourage brands to pick up this technology is how it reduces decision-making time. This has been a great positive influence to the business. And it's also increased add-on sales. So another case study is visiting a customer's home to move one TV to the other room. Now, he was moving it to a far larger environment, so we recommended that he upgrade his TV. So we utilized the app. And then after, we introduced our speaker collection. So within that possible prospect, we went from moving one TV to another room to actually giving the customer what was right for their room, which was a slightly larger TV, and to have that surround sound set up.
Thank you, Simon.
You're welcome.
So this is the perfect case of a happy client, one could say. On the other side, we also broke all the things down with our other clients to see actually what benefits do they get out of the use of augmented reality or virtual reality. Also, obviously, for our further business development. But so what did it do? When we asked our clients' clients, we actually realized that there's a 75% increase in sympathy towards that brand, because they're actually dealing with an emerging technology. They had a 33% sales increase that was dedicated only to the applications that they put in place. Obviously, feedback increased by 40%, and I guess all of us know it's always easy to attain negative feedback, but to actually receive positive feedback is something that happens really rarely. And on the other side, obviously, we achieve 50% fewer returns. So this is an aspect that has to be looked at from two sides. On the one side, it's great for the seller because he doesn't face those costs. But on the other side, it's also great for the client, because if you order a bed, a king-size bed that's 2 meter by 2 meter 20, do you want to be that person that has to bring it back to the post office or call the guy that picks it up and everything? It's just a hassle. So there's various benefits that an augmented or virtual reality application really creates for the clients of our clients. Sorry. So where does that bring us in the future? Obviously, we're here now with everything that can do, but we see that virtual tours and the mix between VR and AR becomes more immersive and more important. We see that the AR experience with the live product becomes more important. Things like virtual furnishing that actually then turns into augmented reality staging becomes more into place. And on the last point, basically, yeah, the HMD placements, as we see it here all over at different booths, be it the Vive, be it the Oculus, or then even devices that enable augmented reality staging like the Microsoft HoloLens, they're coming closer, and they're close for us now, everyone that's here and interested in an industry. But soon there will be also the step that we can actually use it for our customer experiences.
Yeah, for the future, the way that I can see it influencing bricks and mortar, real retail stores, is enhancing storytelling. So when I look at Bang & Olufsen and we see that we have high-end and luxury products, it would be great to have utilizing augmented reality to meet the designer and let them share a brand story through AR. That's one of the key things. I think actually for augmented reality and virtual reality to become less of a facilitated experience between brand and customer, the technology, the software and the hardware needs to be at a stage where I look on my mobile device or my tablet on a particular website, looking at a specific product, and from that website, I just press a button and I can automatically see it in my living space or be able to wear it and have a view. VR is super cool as well. You can bring conversations to life in store. So we use that now, where you can do a room builder. You have that conversation about the customer's room and then instantly bring it to life, which is super powerful. I think VR can be super powerful in the visual merchandising standards, where I can see a product on display, put on the glasses, and then see it in an aspirational home. That's where I feel that the future is. Wearables, for me, they still need to tick the primary box of comfort. I think B2B, it's going to work beautifully. You can see it running. But for business to consumer, I think there's still a lot of work to do to make it feel more comfortable and a more enjoyable experience. And
this is basically exactly the road that we decided to join together. Is actually working on devices that are out there on the market right now, where we decided on the iPad and the iPhone, other premium products, but also already working with the future technology that's at our developers' hands right now. For instance, teleporting our entire system to the Microsoft HoloLens for future projects, being able to stay up to date. Yeah, so this is basically how we see where the road is going and where mixed reality's place is in e-commerce and what it actually enables, getting e-commerce closer to the customer. And if there's any questions, also direction, Simon, please feel free. Thank you.
Thank you.